Look at this guy.
I know, right?
Exactly.
Should have told me.
Well, I don't got to. You're an adult.
It's your show.
I didn't have to tell the rest of us.
Show.
It's your show.
It's our show.
Guest starring us.
It's our show.
Yeah, your show. Guest starring me.
So what does that make them?
Them.
Them. You guys are just them, apparently.
All right, well, I'm
Or you could be they. If you want.
I guess I'm EM.
TH
You're
and
the
EM.
M.
Together they form them.
It's a new stable in TNA.
I could believe it.
Them.
And they're here to battle aces and eights.
And the Kings of Wrestling.
Well, no one's battling the Kings
And the
of
Main
Wrestling.
Event Mafia.
And the Flying Elvises.
And the Flying Elvises. And Team Canada.
So many references.
I thought you guys have a show about this on Sunday, but you copped out because you guys are wusses and like, oh, it's Easter, I can't do a show. Fags.
I made that call because I had family here till 10 o'clock. So how about you take your goateed ass and shove it?
No.
Fucking bitch.
All right, bend down. I want to see if your ass really has a goatee.
My ass does not have a goatee, I can assure you of that.
I don't believe
Why
him.
are you lying to me?
I'm not lying. He's the one that's afraid to show you.
I'm not afraid to show you.
Apparently he's shamed by his goateed ass.
I'm trying to imagine where it is. Is it like in the middle?
It doesn't exist.
It's got a goatee and it
Is
does
on the
Steve
left
Austin
of the-
impressions.
It goes cheek
Oh,
to
God.
cheek. It goes cheek to cheek.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, it doesn't.
It does now.
No,
Yep.
no it doesn't.
Whether you like it or
We've
not.
already created the character.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen that
Brett's
way.
ass.
Steve Austin.
Brett's ass is from
Steve-
Texas.
Steve-
Stone Cold Brett's ass.
Steve Aston.
Stone Cold Steve Aston.
Oh, that's good.
That's Brett's ass.
That's good. There you go, Brett. Now your ass is a character.
No,
Hey,
it's not.
Hey, through all high school, we gave your beard a persona. Now your ass has one. But we'll probably forget this by next week.
What?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't. What are we? Anyway, before we kick it off, ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening to us live or recorded or whichever, please make sure you are going to digitaldailyfix.com and voting on our franchise free-for-all tournament polls.
I'm doing it now again.
As of right now, today,
I
April
do
1st.
have to make sure WWE Raw loses.
Yeah, you got best of luck on that right now. It's beating the shit out of the Simpsons.
Is it beating the
Is it closing
Simpsons?
the gap? Did it close the gap?
It's 62.5 to 37.5 right now.
Okay.
So it's not beating the ass of, but
It was
certainly-
earlier.
yeah,
It was like
I saw
70
earlier.
to. It was like 70 to 30 earlier. So it's closing the gap. Good. So
I unfortunately can't vote again.
no, but as of right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the last bit of our Elite 8 matches. April 3rd will begin the Final Four, and then after the 4th closes the Final Four polls. We take a little bit of break, and then from the 6th to the 8th, we'll have our championship round. So the two best franchises will be going at it. But yeah, right now we got our television brackets up and our comic bracket. Comic bracket is Batman versus the Avengers, and television bracket is The Simpsons versus WWE Monday Night Raw, which went a lot further than I would have ever expected. But
Damn it.
so I mean, I voted for it in the first round. I didn't vote for it against South Park. I voted for him against Seinfeld, but I didn't.
Yeah, I voted for it
Just because Seinfeld's stupid.
in a similar fashion.
Yeah, and then this round I did vote Simpsons. So
Now it's 55 to 44.
it's
I have
good.
powerful influences that'll get that above to 70-30 in Simpsons' favor. I don't have powerful
I was
influences.
going to say that would be more votes than any of our rounds have ever had for you to swing it like that. So best of luck, because I can't even get that many. No, you're just going to go to different IP addresses. You want? I mean,
won't.
get other people.
I'll get other people to do it.
Here's the thing: if you get other people to vote just for that one, I'm gonna be so pissed off at you because you could have gotten those people to vote every round since the fucking beginning, when I've been sitting here begging people to just vote. Like I gotta post a goddamn thing 4 times a day on 2 Facebooks just to get people to vote. I mean, voting is up now. Like, there's more votes now than there were in the beginning, and so I'm happy. I'm not bitching at anybody listening right now, but I'm just saying, if you had the means to get a ton of people to vote, and you just wait
I
until
wouldn't really say a ton of people.
and you just wait until the Simpsons are in danger to rally the troops.
It's not the fact that the Simpsons are in danger; it's who they're in danger to.
It insults you that Raw has Raw might beat them.
Yes,
Why is that?
because Raw is spotty at best these days.
These days, but you're not voting based on these days. You're
I'm
voting
voting based on these days on
his-
how it is now.
A lot of people would say that the Simpsons are pretty
Simpsons has
inconsistent
certainly
now.
fallen off too,
Yeah.
but I feel like Raw makes me dumber when I watch it, and that's offensive.
Only little.
I don't feel like that every week. I mean, there are definitely episodes that make me feel dumber.
More than there should be.
But
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, usually, I don't know, during this WrestleMania, during the WrestleMania season, it's been fuck it. This is not the time to be talking about wrestling. I'm not getting into that.
In
It's
other
not my
TV
fault.
news,
It's not your fault. You're completely right.
Whose Line Is It Anyway comes back in July. And that's all I'll say.
Fantastic. But we got a decent amount of stuff to talk about tonight. Game Developer Conference had a few worthwhile things to discuss, so we will be breaking that down. Plus, a bunch of us have new games that we all bought that are probably worth talking about. We got some Luigi's Mansion. We got some BioShock Infinite. We even got Final Fantasy XI's latest expansion.
Oh yeah, I've been playing that. Haven't I?
I forgot.
I hope you were.
Well, I've really been exploring the new areas. I did get lost when I first got teleported there, though.
But you know enough to inform people.
I do.
And plus, there's some other stuff.
There's
you know,
giant grasshoppers.
there's some game called Metal Gear got announced, and
Oh my god, Metal Gear.
there's some Disney stuff that I want to talk about at least. So that and more next on the Digital Reload.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're tonight's entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Digital Reload.
You guys suck.
DigitalDailyFix.com's weekly episodic video game podcast.
That sentence had too many syllables. Apologize!
Game discussions. Woohoo! Reviews. Dick jokes.
What the hell?
And now Smitty, and now Howard, and now Brett and Tim. Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. Whose Line Is It Anyway returns.
I didn't say that.
Well, you said, yeah,
On
but it was
July
during the
16th.
theme.
Yeah.
Well, new episodes,
Yeah.
but they're showing old school stuff.
Yeah, I hope it's a mix of British and Drew Carey, because they're both equally hilarious.
They are. They're both equally
And
good.
Colin Mockery's on every one.
Yes, he is. And he's great.
Yeah.
So,
But there's some Greg Proops up in there.
yeah, that's not a bad one either. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Digital Reload, DigitalDailyFix.com's weekly episodic video game podcast on Spreaker.com. And I'm sure you're thinking, man, they sound way better than they've ever sounded before.
Well, except for me.
No, that's still a,
You sound like a jerk.
no, that's still a decent mic. I mean, you've listened
You
to
sound
it
like
before.
Brett Aston.
You've listened to it before. But, all right, fine. 3 out of 4 of us sound way better. One still sounds the same.
I'm sorry, I still sound the same.
But,
What you do is you make yourself sound worse through a better mic. So
As,
you sound the same.
as because we got all new equipment here to make us sound a little bit more legit here on Spreaker.com,
Too legit?
which means I'm sure
Some
Spreaker will
equipment.
find a new and exciting way to
Gangnam
fuck
Style.
us up tonight. So
It'll just blow up.
it will. It'll screen will pop up and say, "Stop talking shit about us."
It'll just have that, like, Aqua Teen Hunger Force generic explosion for anything.
Yeah. I mean, I don't actually hate them. You know, I really don't actually have a problem with Spreaker at all.
I
just
do.
like-
Let me tell you about these assholes.
but it's like The Simpsons on Fox. I just like fucking with them. I just like fucking saying shit, even though it's not completely warranted.
Yeah.
So what's this? What's this shit? Yes. So yeah, we are here, and it's time to talk.
Are you here?
Video games.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, he is. You know, he may not be here as far as the video game world. He may be preparing for Friday. So, I mean, he's already wearing representation of what will be Friday.
Oh, underneath. Yes.
What, another day?
Yes, another day.
Another non-important day? That
Yes.
doesn't mean anything to anyone
Well,
ever.
it would be an important day because it would be 2 days till WrestleMania.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be 0 days until WrestleMania. So.
Obviously, what's so important on Friday?
It's Orioles' home opening day.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, they opened the season before
Yeah,
that.
tomorrow.
They open it tomorrow with in Tampa.
Bay, yeah.
So yeah, throwing a little sports in there. We threw wrestling in there already. We're throwing a little sports here in Digital Reload because we're all from Balmer. So we're here
Not by choice.
to talk about it. It's not my
The
choice.
digital catcher's mitt.
Digital Catcher's Mitt. That's
Yeah.
what we are right now.
Yeah, right now.
That's what this segment is,
Or we could just be digital foosball.
or that.
It's not actually a sport.
Or
though.
curling.
One thing to get out of the way right on the bat to get us back onto the video game topic,
Women's field lacrosse.
No women's sport is the actual sport.
which is something that I
Our
asked.
one female listener gone.
Hey!
I'll
it's
give him tennis.
Duty!
Okay.
it's something I actually watched last week. Asked Howard to watch. Asked Tim to watch. I told you about on
I definitely
Friday.
watched it.
So it was a gameplay video for Disney Infinity that Giant Bomb did. First and foremost, though, before we even get into the Disney Infinity stuff, I want to ask you guys, what is your overall opinion on how Giant Bomb does exclusive video stuff? Because this is the first time I've actually gotten you guys to watch this website and how they do their stuff.
I liked it.
Do
I
you-
thought it was pretty cool because it was just kind of casual
Mhm.
talking about the game.
Do you like that more than what IGN does in a 3-minute video?
Well, I mean, I think you would need more than 3 minutes to talk about something like that.
Mhm.
And I don't like Greg Miller.
Does anyone?
He does. Maybe.
Himself?
Brett does.
Look at
Are you talking or is your... Never mind.
I think
I'm
it's
gonna stop with that.
I think it's just his hand that likes to go up.
Yeah, he just likes to be counted.
I don't actually control my hand at that point. It just raises itself.
So his hand likes
He likes me being represented, apparently.
there you go.
At least it's not your right hand. Wink.
Wah. So, but honestly, what did you think, Tim? How they handle that stuff?
I thought they asked a lot of good questions,
Mhm.
about everything, but
It didn't hurt that they were friends
yeah.
either.
Well, that's the thing with
Not
Jeff,
as good as I would be if I got that opportunity.
with Jeff
but-
Gersman, who a lot of hardcore gamer fans are aware of who he is. He's the GameSpot employee that got fired for an honest review of a game that bought advertising on GameSpot.com.
Is that Kane and Lynch?
Yeah, that's the King
Yeah.
Lynch guy. Yeah, he broke off and then started Giant Bomb,
Okay.
which now, ironically enough, is under the same umbrella as GameSpot. Like CBS Interactive bought them. So, but they're still treated as separate,
Yeah.
and there's nothing that there's not because Gersman and the rest of his team
Sounds like
make
Kane and Lynch should have
make
made a
that
better
site.
game.
So, but no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
cut you
it's
off.
okay.
He should
Oh,
be
yeah.
used to it by now.
The reckoning's coming.
Yeah, we'll get ours.
Oh,
Well, no, the interview was fine. I guess for me, I don't have much to add to it because I didn't care for the whole Disney Infinity stuff to begin with.
Yeah.
So I thought he asked a bunch of good questions. He seemed very friendly with the guy, but it was a good interview. I thought I learned a lot from it, just a bit more than I did before.
Yeah.
So I felt informed.
Yeah, I mean it's one of the things that has drawn me to giantbomb.com when researching stuff to talk about on this show is how they conduct themselves and how their goal is when they bring in developers and they bring in studios. It's like in that couch, humble, sit down and just have conversations and show the game off at the same time. And they do a lot of cool stuff like that. So every quick look, they call it a quick look, but every look they have about a game, like a new game that launches, everything's at least 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes of just pure gameplay that they're showing. Like the Quick Look EX that I had you guys watch, that was more of like an interview / gameplay showing, but like a regular traditional Quick Look, which they would do for like a brand new release. So like the day that BioShock Infinite came out, they had a quick look for BioShock, and it was literally just 30 minutes of all you saw was the gameplay while they were commenting on it and sharing their opinions of what they've played so far. So it's like the guy who's reviewing the game while you're just watching a solid 30 minutes, which I think is more worthwhile and giving you an idea on how a game works, other than like a 3-minute or 5-minute video that pops up on IGN or GameSpot or Kotaku or anything like that. So that's stuff I kind of dig. So, I'm trying to get everybody else into it to see how they have their opinions on everything. And then plus they do a bunch of goofy stuff on the side. Like one of the things that they just started recently I thought was really funny is for just straight up audio interviews with developers, not like the video stuff like I showed you guys. It's all recorded like unedited, and then it's thrown in a section that they call the interview dump truck, which apparently they've had a lot of issues describing that to developers, like, oh yeah, we're throwing your interview in the dump truck. And it's been funny hearing them describe that to various developers and their reactions to it, so I thought that was kind of cool. But anyway, back to the main thing, which is Disney Infinity. When it was first announced and they didn't really go into details about it, a lot of people just were under the impression that this is Disney's attempt at doing Skylanders, that it's and to a degree it is. It's a platform. You put toys on, the toys pop up on the screen, they play together. That's pretty much where the similarities between Skylanders and Infinity ends.
I'm pretty upset that there's no Stuart Scott creepy eye figure.
That would be hilarious. Oh my, I would buy that. So like every franchise that will be in Disney Infinity is represented by a playset. It is a clear little hexagon statue that is placed in the middle of the little platform. I forget what it's called. And it'll have 4 or so characters from that movie. So, for example, the Incredibles have, I think it's 5 characters. They have the entire family, the father, the mother, the 2 kids, and the main villain. And when you have that playset on your little platform, only the Incredible characters can play in the Incredible game. Mm-hmm. But every playset is 6 to 8 hours long. So if there's 10 different Disney franchises, that's 60 to 80 hours of gameplay alone, split up between each individual franchise, and each one having multiple characters.
But if they all have different gameplay, I mean, obviously there's going to be some that you won't like.
Oh, there will be. I mean, there will be some that you'll take a look at in gameplay videos. You go, that's not for me, and you skip it. Or you might get the additional individual characters so that you can use them in toy box mode.
Yeah, that sounds like some wasted money just to use them in toy box mode.
I mean,
what I'm saying is I should be able to use the Incredible Father to. I should be able to put Lightning McQueen in there, in his game, and use him as a weapon and just start beating people with a car. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, go
on. So every individual film gets a 6 to 8 hour game, and each one plays differently. So The Incredibles is a beat 'em up. Pirates is like a ship game. I haven't seen exactly what Cars is. I know.
Better be racing.
I know. Yeah, it better be racing. I know Monsters University is like a platformer, like kind of a little bit open world because it takes place in the actual university. Mm-hmm. Which I think that's kind of cool. And then every game is 2 players, same TV, or 4 players online.
Yeah, which that's the coolest thing for me.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that you can finally go online and play with other people. So we'll see who all gets it.
I think that's my least favorite part.
I mean, with the starter set that you purchase, I believe you get 3 characters.
You get Mr. Incredible,
Sully, or not? Is
either
it
Sully or Mike? I can't remember.
No, it's Mike.
You get Mike and Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
and then you get the levels for each one.
And you get the play sets.
But I want Sully.
Sully is
you don't get John Goodman.
But I want John Goodman.
No, John Goodman is the one that you get. John Goodman is Mike. Or John Goodman Sully.
Sully.
No, it is. I'm sorry,
Sully's
it's Sully
the blue
then.
one. Mike is the green one.
Then Sully's the one that you get with the. I just know it's John Goodman that you get.
That's fine. It'd be funny if it was just a John Goodman action figure.
That would be
You get
awesome.
Sully, and then you get the John Goodman action figure.
Well, I did
What?
see that there was a Jeff Keighley action figure. Not Jeff Keighley. God damn it.
That would be
Jeffrey
hilarious.
Rush. Jeffrey Rush.
There is a Jeffrey Rush figure. Oh my
Not
god,
Jeff
if Jeff
Keighley.
Keighley would be
No.
amazing. Game trailers
No,
play set.
Totally. I couldn't correct myself fast
Is
enough.
that a 6 to 8 hour video editing and review
It's him
game?
getting constantly fired by everything.
Jeff Keighley?
Yeah.
Who's he getting fired by?
Me. I'm in control.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna fire him from everything.
Oh,
He's gonna work with Morgan Manjaw forever.
but he never did work with Morgan Manjaw.
It's my video game.
Okay.
It's my imagination. It's my
Okay,
toy box.
I'm
I can do
sorry,
what the
I
fuck I
keep-
want.
Your imagination
Sorry.
kind of stinks.
I keep what?
It does.
Alright.
Well, they're naked.
Well, at least he's not singled out. Like Chad Howard.
Okay. Anyway, Jeffrey
What?
Rush. Is it
Am I the
Jeffrey
only one
Rush?
am I the only one who remembers singled out?
No.
Can
Yes.
I go home?
Oh
So
my
there's Jeffrey
God.
Rush, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, each of them have multiple characters you can buy as additional for additional playthroughs or for the co-op or whatever. I mean, I just like the fact that they're doing something different with the core mode. Like instead of it being like Skylanders, where there's this just one universally built world. I mean, it would be cool to have Sully running around with Mr. Incredible in like a co-op, full-on like action game.
And they should.
I mean, and they should, but
That excuse that they gave on that video is bullcrap.
oh, that fans are kind of.
Yeah, that was bull.
I think it's just how Disney wants. Disney wants to keep everybody separate.
Yeah,
think
and
that's
I can
what it
understand
is.
that.
Or are
But
they going to say fans don't want that?
They were saying there are fans out there that are very particular about how
Yeah, then you
their
just use those characters.
franchises are treated.
I'm not, so I want to put
Well-
Jack Sparrow in Cars. I
Well,
want to
then-
see him on his hands and knees running in a racing game.
Well, then the fans don't have to do that part.
Yeah, I mean, and
I want to see him walking around with a jar of sand.
Yes.
at the same
I
time,
would have
it's
beat him with
I
lightning.
want to see him as the main character in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Anyway, I'm sorry.
it's okay. And, I would say for Disney's first attempt at doing this, I can understand them trying to keep them separate for now.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I'd have to like it.
No, but with the effort of what they're doing, I appreciate the fact that with every place, like with every set of figures I'm getting, I'm not just getting, oh, this character can play in this game. I'm getting another 6 to 8 hours of content.
So-
I do like
Yeah.
that.
It's Emperor's New Groove, Disney.
It is Disney.
So they have an Emperor's New Groove stage because
Well,
I would,
they may have.
I want 2 John Goodman characters. Is all I'm saying.
They're only announcing it like piece by piece, so they've only announced like 4
I
or
would use
5
Pasha
so
along
far.
with my solo.
Yeah. No.
Double
They
John
got
Goodman
Cars,
action.
Cars Incredibles, Monsters University, and Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's it so far.
I
That's so
think
far.
that's it.
They're going to be announcing more as the months go on. Like,
No,
they haven't announced a full roster.
And then they have the power disc things that upgrade your characters, but they're using all kinds of Disney like universes that they wouldn't necessarily be able to use. They're putting them.
Yeah.
Like you can summon Abu from Aladdin as a monk as a elephant and you can ride him.
Yeah. So like when you want like in Aladdin when he gets turned into the elephant, they have that as a playable character you can summon, and then you can ride him as a mount.
And you could also enlarge and shrink him.
Yeah. Thought it was kind of funny.
But there's no Frozone voiced by Samuel L. Jackson.
I wish there was. So in other words, like
Or just
Or
Samuel.
Mace Windu.
Or just Samuel L. Jackson.
Since
Yeah.
that's owned by Disney now.
so even if the franchise isn't represented in a playset, it can possibly be represented in another form.
Or Agent P. Phineas and Ferb.
Is that Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's why they're having the Marvel
Oh,
crossover.
I think they're in it too.
Phineas and Ferb.
And Agent P.
Are they announced
They
as a
better have
playset?
Phineas and Ferb
I
playset. That would be the perfect
wanna say
playset for
yes.
that game.
Yeah, I want to say. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd be shocked if they weren't a playset. You know, if they were just like additional like side characters, it'd be really weird.
Hunchback of Notre Dame one, so that I can get Quasimodo killed at the end.
With this whole thing, I would also be shocked if there was no Toy Story.
There would have to be.
There has to be.
There would have
Well,
to
F
be.
that. Phineas and Ferb all the way.
And screw the thing that makes sense.
Yeah, screw putting toys in a toy
I
game.
want Scrooge McDuck.
That would be awesome if they did a
Yeah, but
DuckTales
not like-
playset.
Or just Disney afternoon.
Because in the toy box, you can summon his giant money tower thing.
Yeah. So, aside from the campaigns that are about 6 to 8 hours long, which you will also use to unlock parts from those universes into the big selling point, which is toy mode. Toy mode is where all the toys can play together. They can build together. They can do a bunch of stuff. This is where it kind of, I guess, turns into Little Big Planet.
So can I segregate my black toys from my white toys?
How so? I mean, what do you mean?
As in the black.
You want to
ones
build a
have-
city where the blacks go here and the whites go here?
Yeah, they have to have separate schools and everything.
You could.
I guess you could,
Yes.
because that's important.
Living my dream.
All right, you know what? That's what Disney wants.
Jim Crow laws.
Disney wants you to live your dream.
This is your soccer game. This is my soccer game.
Yeah.
What?
So
Not even whites are good at soccer.
Jesus.
Oh, not American whites.
Not American whites. I'm sorry.
So the toy mode is where you basically start off with this blank
Did you
canvas,
say not America?
and you are able to kind of build a world and select actions to turn it into essentially whatever you want. If you just want to build a big city filled with Disney memorabilia like the Scrooge McDuck Money Pit
Then you're a
and
fool.
Cinderella's Castle, you can do that. But you can also build and design other things to turn like each section of the toy box into its own game. So if you wanted to go in and make a soccer game, if you wanted to go in and make a racing game, if you wanted to make some form of platformer, whatever you want to do, you can build it. And
Make a platformer you can't win.
yeah, and they've made the controls simple enough for like a child to pick up and be able to do this as well as
But
an
then I can
adult.
come in and just do it better.
Well, yeah,
Hockey Space Jam, here we come.
there you go. So, for example, like in the videos that we saw, they already had this city built, and they had several arenas and everything, and you can customize them how you want with what you unlock. But there's also additional toys or accessories or whatever that you can place on the playset area of that platform that will automatically change the land or the air or the land or the sky of the place that you're playing in. So, for example, they used Nightmare Before Christmas, and when you put the land down, all the ground turns black, like it did in Nightmare Before Christmas. All the trees are dead, and when you put the sky on, the giant moon from Nightmare Before Christmas is out there, and it's playing the music from Nightmare Before Christmas. Same with Tron. If you put both things down for Tron, everything looks like the grid, and it's playing the Daft Punk soundtrack, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, and you can get into one of those, whatever they're called, what are they called, the relocators or whatever, the giant like claw-shaped things you can fly around in.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can shoot lasers.
And you'll get like light cycles, stuff like that. And you can mix and match those. So if you want the land of Night Before Christmas and the sky of Tron, or you want all the buildings to look like Tron, but you want the sky of whatever other franchise they'll
But if I mix
put in there.
them, do they mix both music pieces together?
I don't know. I don't know how the
Make some
music
sort of
works.
horrible sound.
Well, I don't know how the
It just
music
sounds
works.
like the most annoying sound in the world from Dumb and Dumber.
I just know that when they put both down, you heard the soundtrack in the background while they're playing.
It's like that.
Yeah. But other franchises can also be
Nails breaking
represented.
across a chalkboard.
They can also be represented in various power-ups and weapons and things that you can equip to your character. So you can give your character Buzz Lightyear's rocket pack.
I was disappointed in that rocket pack.
Why is that?
It should have just allowed him to, glide instead of actually fly. Falling with style.
Oh, okay. So you want
Okay.
like the toy version of it, not
Yes.
like the legit
Yes.
Space Ranger. Okay,
Yes.
that would be pretty.
I hope that you can get
hilarious.
his gauntlet that shoots his laser and it makes the noise.
And the light.
Yeah, of course. It doesn't actually do anything.
No.
Yeah, and you get like a paintball gun. And
Sorry if I was trying to be specific.
oh no, it's all good. No, I got what you were saying.
Falling
Someone
with
loves
style.
Toy Story a little too much.
Hey, Toy Story's awesome.
Yeah, like this.
One of the biggest
Like
things.
the Buzz Lightyear show.
Okay.
One of the biggest things I thought was really cool was how you can create you can bring in certain objects into the world and you can connect them together to work cooperatively. The two examples that they showed on this quick look was a button that was placed down on the ground and then a cannon placed next to it. and connecting the two, you just basically bring out your wand, which is what you use to manipulate the world. And as you're selecting things to connect to each other, it brings up a menu for them that tells you what each item can respectively do. So like the button, it's like it can activate something when you step on it or when you step off of it. The cannon can either shoot confetti, shoot fireworks, or shoot what they call the grand finale. And then you can link the two together, so you can say, whenever I step on this, it's going to shoot confetti.
Can it shoot really fat people?
No, it's only got the three options.
Butter.
More butter.
Oh,
Yes.
Or you can set up 2 soccer goals, bring out a soccer ball, put up a scoreboard, and you can link each soccer goal to each side of the scoreboard so that it'll rack up a score, and then play an actual soccer game inside of a stadium, which I thought was kind of cool.
does it come with its own British hooligans?
No,
Or soccer hooligans, if you will?
no.
Oh, that's not going to be as fun.
What was that? You got. Try to remember. This is Disney. This is not.
I want to see 2 British people stab each other.
There's a
because they take soccer way too
If
seriously.
you can give
There's a
me
Pele action
a
figure.
Disney franchise that already has that in it,
I'm going to say there's probably none.
okay.
They can create one now.
They should create one now,
Just for me.
just for you.
Fuck you, Disney.
Yes, Soccer Hooligans, brought to you by Disney. Starring what? Vinnie Jones and who else? It's
The
got
Rock.
one of them's got to be Vinnie Jones and The Rock.
Yeah, I mean, just an hour and a half of them stabbing each other until one of them is dead.
So it's Juggernaut versus the Tooth Fairy.
Yes.
Well, you can get Larry the Cable Guy because the Tooth Fairy
No.
too.
Or do you want to do, or would you rather
Nathan
Juggernaut
Jones.
versus Roadblock?
Nathan Jones.
No, Tooth Fairy.
Luther
Okay.
Reigns. Bring in Luther Reigns.
After all, that is a Disney movie.
Bring in Vin Diesel as the pacifier. Is that a Disney movie?
And Ludacris.
The pacifier?
I want to say yes, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Or if not, Vin Diesel as the.
Or maybe The Rock in Escape to Witch Mountain.
I was looking to do the Peck Papa Love.
Gross.
Is that what he
Hey.
does?
Wrong movie. That Witch Mountain's the meme where.
Oh,
with
I'm
the
sorry.
kid in
I'm
the back.
thinking
Yeah.
Journey to the Center of the Earth
Yeah.
2.
You know, just put The Rock in the game.
Yeah. Witch Mountain is the one where they use that meme. They had that meme
Yeah.
from it, where he has that shocked look. So yeah, I mean, me personally, I thought everything was really cool. I actually like, based on that 30-minute quick look on how everything, on how they basically spent 30 minutes to show how different this game was from Skylanders, because after the first Skylanders, after a while, I kind of got tapped out, and I wasn't really interested in buying Giants because it just seemed like more of the same with bigger characters.
When I moved out, I left all my Skylanders at home.
Yeah. So,
You know, you can sell those first gen Skylanders for a decent amount of money.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, like legit.
yeah. So, with this now,
Hey, Howard, you want to sell some Skylanders for me?
Yeah, I'll take 80%.
No, that's not going to work.
but yeah. So,
Buy you 10 packs of ramen noodles.
That's only like $1.
so I thought it was really interesting just to show that, you know, if I were to invest in this, I am going to get something different out of it than Skylanders. It's not just going to be another collecting toys to all play the exact same game, which intrigued me. And the toy box mode seemed like it was expansive enough to kind of create almost anything that you wanted, but the creation process was ridiculously simple.
See, my problem with Skylanders is it's like, hey, play through this game. Now get your fat ass up off the couch and put a wind one in there so you can go in that area.
The cord was pretty long.
Then it's like, now I got to stand there when I finish so I can put my guy back on. Because I don't want to be that guy. And then I can start playing level until I come to the Earth place when I have to put an Earth one back on.
Generation 1 Stump Smash sells for $22 on eBay.
Anyway, back to Disney Infinity.
Just telling you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are your opinions of everything that you saw?
Luckily for me, I forgot to watch it because I'm forgetful Freddy.
I wasn't
I'm so
expecting.
forgetful
Alright.
that every time I try to think of something, I draw a blank.
It's not really funny in this context.
He's doing it right now.
I don't have anything.
'Cause,
So
you know-
anyway, you guys go.
Anyway,
Actually, you did have something, but you forgot.
unfortunately, I'm kind of burnt out on the whole toy thing. It would have to, and like the play sets are kind of expensive.
Do they know when it's going to come out?
August.
Do they know how much the playsets are going to be?
$34.99 for the play set.
Woo! It's kind of expensive.
Yeah, that's 8 to 10 hours of gameplay, so it's not terrible, but
It's
still
it's
kinda
two
burned out
figure
on it.
it's 2 figures and 6 to 8 hours of gameplay.
yeah, like I'm done with Giants. Like I'm not gonna get the next Skylanders. I'm gonna wait and see on the Infinity thing because I have enough plastic toys as it is.
Sell your Skylanders and buy the Infinity toy.
I thought about it.
Anyway, Tim.
Not interested. Wasn't interested in begin with. The only thing I took out from the interview is I like how they did their interview.
I had a little bit of interest based on what I heard until he just told me the price.
I mean, to me though, it's like $35 for 8 hours of content and 2 figures. I mean, the thing was $20 for $20 to $25 for the Skylanders play sets, and that was just a single level that was maybe 45 minutes.
I'm not saying
If
that was
that.
a good price.
I'm just saying though. I mean, if they're at least
Yeah, but I was already suckered once.
no. I
I'm
mean,
not saying that
I-
Disney's not doing isn't doing a better job.
Yeah, but I wouldn't automatically say that they're suckering you, though. I mean, if they're offering you the equivalent of, I mean, what most first-person shooter campaign modes are 6 to 8 hours long,
Luckily, I don't buy many first-person shooters.
and those are $60.
I generally want my campaigns to have more substance to them.
Yeah,
But you need to get all the maps.
All the maps,
all the maps,
All the maps.
Like hell I do.
every map.
especially those old maps that
It
are new
seems
again.
like with the game, you're getting more bang for your buck. But like I said, I've bought 2 sets of games with plastic toys, so I'm gonna wait until it comes out officially. And it's gonna be on sale. I don't think I'm gonna pay retail price for it.
So you think Disney will drop it like that quick?
I don't think Disney will, but I think that Best Buy and other retailers will have it on sale eventually. So.
Fair enough.
Yep. But like I said, it seems like you're getting more value out of it. I kind of wish that this game had come out first. I think because I think a lot of people, although it is a lot different, I still think a lot of parents who don't really watch that kind of stuff are going to think it's just a Skylanders ripoff and not be as into it. I think.
I don't think it's going to be a case of people not being as into it because it's Disney.
Yeah.
Disney is the marquee kids franchise, like company.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Skylanders was something that they had to build off of. Like these were not established characters that any kids were going to know. Hardly any kids of that age are going to know who Spyro is.
Yeah, that's true. But
This is monsters. This is pirates. These are franchises that like those kids more than likely like I don't know about you, but when I grew up, I watched some of the like my favorite Disney cartoons. I watched those over and over and over again. Like I watched Aladdin a ton, Lion King a ton.
Yep.
So you bring these out, you bring out Toy Story, you bring out the ones that are out there that the kids know. Like that's going to drive more.
Yeah, maybe we'll see what other play sets because like I really like the Incredibles was cool, but Pirates I would play. Cars I have no interest in.
Never seen Incredibles. Don't like Pirates of the Caribbean. Never seen Cars.
Incredibles is awesome. Cars is very
Incredibles
mediocre.
is a pretty decent movie.
Haven't
Yeah.
seen Monster Inc.
Monsters Inc. is actually a pretty damn good movie.
Yeah, I'd say out of the franchises they've shown now, Monsters Inc. and The Incredibles are the 2 best ones to me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So I want some more stuff to come out first.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm interested. Like I'm more interested now than I was before I watched the video,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm still not like convinced like that I'm going to get it.
I'll just wait till one of you to buy it, and I'll just steal yours.
That's fine.
Well, the thing that had me reserved was I wanted it to be different from Skylanders, and I wanted to see how toy mode worked because I had Little Big Planet, and Little Big Planet is really intricate. Like it's not made for little kids; it's made for people to really dive in and create a bunch of stuff. And I think Disney has taken that idea. It's probably going to end up not being as deep as Little Big Planet, but they've taken that concept and made it simple enough for a 6 to 8 year old to be able to do. Everything looks simple and easy to do, and that was my major concern. Like if everything was going to be super complicated and look like it was going to be more trouble than it was worth, I wasn't going to be interested. But everything being simple and easy to design, and build stuff. I think that's really interesting, and I like the fact that in toy mode, 4 people can hop into one toy mode online and just start building whatever they
like
want.
I said, I mean, the most interesting thing for me for the whole thing is the fact that you can play 4 players online.
Yeah.
I think that's really neat. So that's kind of like the big thing that I liked about the whole concept of the game, the whole expansion of the game.
Yeah, I mean,
and the fact that you're not tethered down like in Skylanders. You can go wherever you want. Split screen co-op.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool.
And I mean, there'll be plenty more franchises. I mean, I know in like the first trailer that they showed, there was a lot of characters that they showed off, but they never announced like if all of them were going to be toys in the game. And they also have I don't know if they've announced exactly how many toys are going to be out. To give you an idea of how many more franchises. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you started seeing stuff like Toy Story, you started seeing Wreck-It Ralph, stuff like that.
Well, looking at the Wikipedia page, not the Disney's,
Mm-hmm.
both Wreck-It Ralph and Toy Story are actually a part of it.
Okay. As like with actual playable characters and everything?
I believe so.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at their character featured stuff. Jack Skellington's going to be in it. Yeah.
I didn't like that movie either.
All it's going to take is as soon as the game comes out, someone's going to go into the code and find out what all characters are programmed and put it on the internet.
Yeah.
That'll be DLC.
What'll be DLC?
The characters on the code.
I don't think it works that way with the actual toys and everything.
Oh, fine.
I'm just saying.
I'll stop.
Skylanders never had DLC. So. At least not that I know of.
No. Okay. Nothing downloadable. It was just the levels.
Yeah. So, I thought, it is still a wait and see thing, but, I thought what they showed.
Yeah, no, what they showed was really a really good way to separate it from Skylanders. Yeah. Like if anyone's asking me about it, I would say, hey, watch this video. You'll know everything you need.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I don't, like I said though, I don't think they're in any danger of having slower. If anything slows the sales, maybe it's like I don't know what the price of the individual figures are. I know the price of the play sets. I don't know what the price of individual figures are if they're selling individual figures at all. So
if they can only, I guess you could buy them for toy box mode. But...
Yeah, well, they had the Cars one, and then they had like Mater and another character separate.
Yeah. So. Yeah, because like the play sets are only going to be 2 of the characters and the actual play set, but there's going to be more than 2 characters per franchise.
Ugh.
So they have to be sold individually or in like a 2-pack or something.
Yeah, Phineas and Ferb, Phineas and Perry the Platypus are confirmed so far.
Okay.
I like Ferb.
Yeah, I like Ferb and Doofenshmirtz.
Hail Lord Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, so everybody will have a better idea of who is actually in it and playable and purchasable and the prices. I know the starter kit is $75.
August 18th, 2013 is the official.
Man, that's a day for my birthday.
Yeah, so it's
yes, it is. Guess what you're getting.
So it's $75. It's 3 characters, 3 play sets, the disc itself. So
yeah, which it sounds like the game itself is supposed to have 25 to 30 hours of gameplay already.
Yeah,
with the 3 different play sets. So it's not like you're not getting a decent amount of content. It's just expensive.
Final Fantasy 13 had 30 hours of gameplay. It was only $60.
And one long line.
The hallway.
I'd rather go to the grocery store and wait in line.
There will always be the hallway. So, let's see. We're getting kind of closer to the end than the beginning. Let's see.
I'll let you guys talk about the games you want to talk about.
All right, so just one more thing. I did find the prices on things. Just
okay.
One last thing. Individual figures. There'll be 20 of them at launch. 20
okay.
Individual figures. They'll retail at $30 for 3, so $10 a piece, which is about the same as Skylanders. Skylanders are $8 to $10 depending on where you go, and one is $13, which is more than the Skylanders. So it seems like it's a better value to get the 3. And then the power discs are sold Gashapon style, which is blind box style, for $4.99. So they come in a pack. And
Yeah, they come like trading cards.
You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
No me gusta.
So, and that's it. $75 in the U.S. And that's about all I have.
Okay. And I'm sure there'll be, like you said, I mean, launch. Also wouldn't be surprised if like the individual characters like buy one get one, buy two get one, whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would, like a buy two get one on the game, and then
Yeah.
the characters too. So
Yeah, because they're going to want to try to encourage you to buy as many characters with the game as possible. So, there's going to be stuff like that.
I'm interested to see what this will do to Skylanders.
Well, Skylanders is supposed to have another installment this fall, right?
Yeah, Swap Force.
Swap Force, yeah, with
Which
figure.
I have no interest in at all.
Yeah. So.
But you can have the butt of an octopus and the head of a robot. You can physically take the figures and mix them in.
Every figure is like two pieces, and they can be snapped off and combined in any combination. That's the new figures. Yeah. This is all well and good until Nintendo finally decides to make a Pokemon version.
And then all will be...
Which they're kind of doing in Japan.
Yeah, the Pokemon
with
Rumble. Game.
Yeah.
That little, but they're super cheap. They're only like $1 each.
Yeah.
Those little figures. They're Gashapon style, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for $1 a piece, I'd do it.
And they're all like super deformed and adorable.
All Magikarp.
No, there's no Magikarp one yet.
Well, then screw it.
90% of them were shipped with
But
Magikarp.
the moment they do that,
But then you get one that's like a shiny Magikarp, and it's like ridiculously powerful.
The moment they make a full-fledged style game like that, like I wouldn't be surprised if there was a 3DS traditional Pokemon game, except they all have figures. I wouldn't be shocked. And that would make tons of money. Just like I still think if Pokemon were to get their heads out of their ass and make a MMO, that game would sell gangbusters. So,
Sure would.
but that's just my opinion. So let's see. We guys want to talk Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon or BioShock Infinite?
You only have time for one. Choose.
Well,
We got however long.
doesn't matter. Whatever. I mean, Luigi's been out longer.
By 2 days.
All right. Huh?
No,
The fact still stands.
I didn't say the fact didn't stand.
So I was trying to figure out a way for us to talk about it.
So what are you thinking about Luigi's Mansion
Not
so
good.
far?
I'm digging it. The controls, they did it. They did the best job they could fitting the control scheme on a single analog stick scheme. It works. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but I got used to it.
Yeah.
In a couple days, and it was pretty smooth. I like the graphics are great. The gameplay is reminiscent of the first one. If you liked it, the multiplayer is surprisingly fun. Just you and I playing for a couple rounds. I'd like to play 4 players and see how crazy it gets. But I like it. I mean, it's a solid game. It's one more notch in 3DS's belt for being way better than the Vita.
Yeah.
Wait, does it even need any more notches?
No, it needs a ton of notch. It needs to bury it.
Duh.
I think the Vita's already been buried.
I think if anything,
deep
right
enough.
now,
I'm sorry, Soul Sacrifice comes out this month.
Nintendo needs
And
to
then
put
another game comes out in like a year.
if anything, right now, Nintendo needs to put some notches in the Wii U's belt because it desperately needs games.
Yeah, it'll get some.
Desperately needs games.
It'll get some maybe.
Like I looked at it yesterday because family was coming over. That still has an unconfirmed release date. Like that's still sitting there as 12/31/13.
If I was releasing a console, and I was Nintendo, since Nintendo has a lot of strong first-party titles, I'd have at least 1 to 3 ready to be released 6 months after the system is pulled out, is dropped out.
Yeah.
Just so you get those big titles, get people buying the system.
Yeah, because their launch lineup was fine. Their launch lineup was a good launch lineup, but after that, it was
because they should know all the hardware and stuff, so they should be able to start working on it before it's released.
In fairness, Ubisoft did fuck them.
But that's one game.
Yeah, that's the only
It's one game that could have helped sustain them for a little longer.
Okay, it was supposed to be a February release, and then Monster Hunter is March, and I guess technically Injustice is also coming out on April 16th, so that would have been an April title.
That I'd be getting for Xbox.
But at the same time, it's like there shouldn't just be
one game a month.
One game a month.
But
they should have learned. You would think they would have learned from the 3DS. The 3DS has right the ship now, but when it launched, it was like, oh, here's some decent launch titles. Now, where's everything else?
The only difference between the 3DS and the Wii U is that the 3DS doesn't have much competition. The Wii U is going to have competition.
Oh
And
no, it
gonna,
is.
It's going to be harder to right the ship because people are like, oh, I want the Xbox 1080 or whatever the fuck.
It's already getting
It's been
fucked.
around twice.
And it's already getting fucked over because the Frostbite 3 engine, which is EA's big thing, and Unreal Engine 4 both will not work for the Wii U.
Nice.
So the next Mass Effect will not be able to be on the Wii U unless it's also made on Unreal 3 engine or Frost or whatever engine would make it work. The next Dragon Age will not be able to be on Wii U. Like stuff like that. Like they've already fucked it over. And Unreal was the main engine of this generation of consoles. Pretty much everything was on the Unreal 3 engine. Very few games were not.
Anyway, back to Luigi's Mansion 2.
Anyway,
It was good. It is good.
yeah, I mean the game is
You
cool.
don't like it anymore?
No, I hate it now.
Well,
One thing that bothers me a little bit is the ghost dog. I don't know if you're that far yet, but the ghost dog creates some unnecessary backtracking that kind of is annoying after a while. Like the dog is adorable and a ghost, so that's one good thing going for it. But you start at one place and it basically just runs you around the entire mansion.
Does it ectoplasm in your face?
It does actually. It does.
That is the dog's name, by the way.
Yes. Thank God. Fucking Forrest Whitaker. Oh, anytime you can pull in a Forrest, and I'm sure no one heard it except me.
I wasn't paying attention.
You want to say it again?
No.
This mic is really nice. You sure you don't want to say it again?
Yeah,
This one's better.
damn.
It's better. Okay. Looks like Darren Young's head.
The game has a lot of charm as far as the storytelling and everything. It's got some funny moments. Overall, I think the design of it is better than the first Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, and I like the way that Luigi just reacts to the mansions. Like they put a lot of effort in.
Wait, there's more than one mansion?
Yeah,
There's
5.
several mansions. Each mansion is like its own world, essentially.
Sounds like you should have called the Ghostbusters.
Well, he does have a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
So is there a desert mansion?
I don't know. I haven't
How
gotten.
about
I haven't done every
how about
mansion
an ice
yet.
mansion?
Ice mansion?
Fire mansion?
Maybe.
Water mansion? Temple?
Shut up.
Water Mansion Temple.
The first temple mansion is pretty basic. The second one revolves around a giant tower.
Of Doom.
Giant singular tower made of a plant
Yeah.
/ tree thing.
And
So the forest mansion.
Yeah, you have to use a hook shot to get up there.
What about the hedge clippers?
Shut up. Anyway.
yeah, and the multiplayer essentially is like you're in a mansion. It has multiple floors. Clear out every floor of ghosts.
It's like Nintendo Horde mode.
Yeah, it is kind of like a horde mode, which is pretty cool. Overall, it's a really enjoyable game. If you got a 3DS and you want like honestly, I feel it's a worthwhile.
But go on.
I mean, it's a worthwhile purchase.
Yeah.
And it honestly it's such an improvement over the one that launched on GameCube that even if you thought, well, I played that and I didn't like it, this is different enough where I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah. When people who are kind of stopping to play Fire Emblem a little bit, it's another game to continue. Take the standard and run. And like every level is, every level for each mansion. I mean, the mansions themselves are a decent amount of time, but every level is kind of short. They're about like 20 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how much scouring you do and there's a lot of collectibles in the game, and you actually get upgrades and stuff depending on how much money you get, like how much money you find and the gems you collect. And multiplayer also, you get coins to help unlock bonuses in multiplayer. Yeah. So you do, the coins do have a purpose. Like you can use the dark flashlight longer, or you have a more powerful vacuum or whatever. So there is incentive to scouring and collecting as many coins as possible. Yeah. And it's kind of cool seeing how interactive each room is, like how many things are reacting to the vacuum and things that you discover with it. I there's a lot of they did a really good job with people who are completionists, and that like you won't find every secret through your first playthrough. Yeah, it's really tough to do so.
Yeah.
So I've been scouring. I've tried my best to scour every floor and every mission, and I've missed a couple things.
And as you unlock new power-ups to the vacuum and you realize what they do, and then you realize, oh, those previous levels that I went in had these areas that I could use that I didn't know before.
You go back.
It's a lot of replay value to it. The only thing I haven't tried is I haven't tried online for the multiplayer. Like I haven't actually gone online, and
No, neither have I.
so I don't know
Just play
how
with you.
steady that is. But the same room co-op and multiplayer works pretty.
And it does have single cart play for people who want to try it.
Yeah, so there is an opportunity for
That's fine.
for something like that. So yeah, I mean, with only 6 minutes left, it is a little bit less.
6.7 out of 10.
It's it's a little less time than I would like to use for something like BioShock Infinite. So we'll save
3 out
that
of 10
for
makeup.
next week. But overall,
If you like BioShock 2,
yeah.
you'll hate BioShock Infinite.
But so far,
No multiplayer.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm more upset there's no bees.
You get ravens.
Yeah, I want bees.
you get murderous crows. You get
I
a
want
murder of
bees.
crows.
Sorry, you can't get bees.
That's 1 out of
You
10.
you can possess a human who then laments him like if he kills someone, he laments it and then beats himself to death.
I want bees.
No,
I
sorry.
don't see how
You can
that-
throw people off of the side of the
with
island,
bees.
floating island. No,
I'm perfectly content with crows. So
They're not
I
bees.
don't miss bees.
just close your eyes whenever you use it.
I do miss the bees, but I do love the chloros.
The crows are pretty great. I enjoy them.
I mean, I guess they're okay, but they're no bees.
It shoots like a Brandon Lee.
I just like when they.
It's like Brandon Lee and Sting. Go.
Oh my
Deathlock.
god!
Scorpion Deathlock on the giant on the Patriot.
Jesus Christ!
Always gotta be something with you.
Yes. Always be closing.
But overall, Luigi's Mansion I think is a good start to what Nintendo has deemed 2013 to be the
I thought we were
year
talking
of
about
Luigi.
crows.
I drove.
Counting crows?
I can drive this bus in any fucking direction I want.
See, it's his.
But
See, I told you, it's his show.
I thought this was our show.
It's his show.
Hey, this is our show, but
See, I
I'm the
told
bus
you.
driver.
He's like, oh, it's everybody's show. Then he's like, I'm gonna drive this bus off a cliff. There won't be no bees there.
Goddamn right. Only
make sure.
crows.
That's why I packed a beehive
Just
with
to make
me.
sure.
Only crows do.
I like there's a BioShock mod where you can make the Big Daddies sound like Nicolas Cage in Wicker Man, so that whenever you shoot bees at them, they're like, the bees.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Jesus.
So coffees for closers, right?
Yes.
All right, so next week we'll talk some BioShock Infinite and whatever else we end up playing or
Is there anything?
We'll probably be
Doing
talking
it.
about religion as well.
nothing new coming out.
What are we talking about?
Religion.
Yes. Good way to piss
Sure.
people off.
We can talk about North Korea. Religion. We can talk about Michael Mara's version of South Korea. I don't know if you heard that today. Did you hear that today? Where he basically turned South Korea just into the South. You gotta look that up. Oh my god, that was too priceless. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. One more reminder, please go to digitaldailyfix.com and vote on the franchise
And
free-for-all
The
matchups. Vote for whoever you feel should win.
The Simpsons.
Hey, look, I voted for The Simpsons, but I'm letting people know that if they want to vote for Raw, they can vote for Raw.
Be my mindless drone.
So, be sure to do that. Get all that stuff in there.
Bees.
And
The killer bees.
we will see you guys next week for
I don't know
Digital
what Jim
Reload.
Brazil has anything to do with this.
And
Bye.
we will see you on Saturday for the Chinlock WrestleMania special.
Maybe.
Oh, no, it's happening on Saturday. Just may not. We'll see how many of us actually are on it.
Well, it'll be 3. Probably.
It'll be 3, but what 3, who knows?
WrestleMania, baby. Woo!
Woo! See you guys next week and on Saturday if you listen to Chinlock.